let's make a custom ISO in this video. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, leave a like on the video, and I'll explain as we go along in this video. The first thing that I wanted to do is get a few things. So for Arch Linux, it's pretty, I would say, easy-ish to kind of get it up and running. But trust me, by the end of this video, I want to get an ISO that looks exactly like the one I'm using right now with the ZSH autocompletes and stuff. Well, at least I will try to get the autocompletes and stuff, and in case if I can't get it, I'll probably just I don't know what I'll do, but let's see. So what I got a few packages, as you can see, and also here's the thing: if you get an error like this, make sure to just put sy, because I sometimes forget to refresh the repositories, which can get pretty annoying. So yeah, then I'll go into a browser and just get into Archiso just to give you an idea what we're using. So this is basically a tool that will allow you to have a custom ISO without going through the hassle of compiling everything, having a lot of programming knowledge and stuff. Like, and here you can see it's two versions, releng and baseline. Releng is basically the one that is a base ISO you get when you install Arch Linux, and baseline is just straight up nothing is installed. So we'll use releng. And you can see it does recommend here that we should use releng because it's just easier to configure. And since I'm not that familiar with it, I will just go with releng. And the directory is again given right here, which is user share Archiso and releng. Now, before I do this, we need a file. So we need a folder basically where we want to store our custom ISO. So for this, I am just making a folder called Trixel. I don't know why I picked that name. It just seemed cool to me, so I just named it Trixel. And I'll do Trixel and then just do Trixel OS because I do plan on making it into an entire installable operating system. It's just for myself, but if you guys do want me to make it into an actual system, I do have to learn a lot. So make sure to join the Discord and stuff to kind of help me out with that. Or if you are interested in making something like that work, let me know. But anyway, we'll go to here, and then I want to put this. As you can see, I'm putting a star in here mostly because I want everything in the directory, not the directory itself. So yeah, putting a star in there with the -r just basically gives you everything inside that directory. Now you can see Trixel OS, and I just typed it in, and pressing enter just copies it over. Now, if I go to that directory, you can see that we don't have releng, we just have the stuff that is inside of here. So you can see there is something called airootfs, packages, x86, profile dev, and also pacman config. Now, these are the ones that we will be mainly focusing on, as I have seen, those are basically the main things that are used while installing or while making a custom ISO. Also, in case you don't know what your packages are, you can actually use this command, which is pacman-qqe, which will give you what packages you have installed on your system. And you can actually use this entire list as a reference point to configure the packages. So now we will edit packages dash. Why can't I type clear? I'm really nervous about this because it's a really big thing to do. And so what I want to do at this point is edit the packages.x86 file, and this one is basically what is installed on your ISO itself. Remember, this will not install it on your installed system. This is basically what gets installed in the ISO, and you can actually use comments and stuff. So yeah, you can use comments and stuff to kind of remind yourself what packages you use. You can even put dates and stuff to kind of remind you when you added them and not. So you can do a lot with comments. But what I want to do is get xorg and xorg-x in it. Now the reason for this is for the live ISO. I don't want to use SDDM or anything, at least for this version of this. I don't want to go too crazy. I just want to simply make a KDE system that just automatically boots up and has the basic configuration that I personally use. And again, if you guys do like this video, I will try to make another one and just add SDDM, custom users and stuff, and also maybe dabble in the dark arts of calamaris, which I do want to get into. But again, one step at a time. We don't want to overwhelm ourselves. So as you can see, I get a plasma meta, console, dolphin, starfish. Also, the ISO by default does not have Git on it, so yeah, that's something. And also, if you do want to do ZSH theming, you can see Bash and stuff is already here. ZSH is already there, so you don't need to install it separately. But base.devel is not here, and I do want to get base-devel, and I would say that at some point I do want to get Yay as well. Mostly because I do use a few packages from Yay, so it would be nice to be able to install those things as well. So again, I'm not really a professional at this. It's just me learning about this. So yeah, please forgive me if I do make mistakes, and let me know in the comments on what could be improved, and yeah, what are your thoughts. Also, if we go in here, so there is a package in here that will kind of mess with you if you already have a ZSH config that you want to use. So I want to use my ZSH config. So for that, I will remove this one right here, which is GRML. No offense to that dude who made it, but I just don't want that. I want my custom config. That's why I got Starship as well, as I am currently using it. And to be honest, it's working good. I am using it with my ZSH, so that's something. So now that I saved the file, again, I sometimes forget what I want to get. So I just see that what packages are there. So I have NeoVim and TTF fire code. So yeah, those are the things I also want as well. So let's first type in NeoVim, and I forgot the other one. Wow, that's a bad memory. What was the other one? Okay, that's TTF Fira code nerd, and I don't need a nerd font because again I don't want to use my config, and it does use the nerd font. So yeah, so then after we save it, all we have to do is there is stuff about custom repositories and stuff. Again, I think in the next one I will try to make a custom package for myself with configs and stuff. So yeah, that's something. But for this one, I will just I won't go through that process. I just want to get a basic ISO up and running. Secure boot. Like there's a lot. And to be honest, the Arc Wiki is a pretty great place to get started. And yeah, there is like how you can get SDDM working. Like everything is recorded here. But like I said, I want to use Xorg Xnet to kind of just boot the system up instead of going through the HDDM route. But again, the goal for this video is just to get an ISO working and getting it to look like my system right here. So yeah, like I said, this won't be a full guide on everything because I am learning as well. So yeah. And see, there's a login manager, so in case you do want SDDM and stuff, you can get it and you can get it done. Maybe in the next one, I will try to, like next time I update on this, I will try to get it SDDM, a user and stuff working on it. But for now, we'll skip all of that. So now, as you can see, there is ls and a lot of files are in here. So, but the next thing I want to edit is profiledev.sh. Now this basically tells the Archiso to like everything about your system. So like it's in its ISO name, I set it to Trixel. So whenever it compiles the ISO, it will put the name as Trixel OS. And I think you can put capital letters on here. It will work. Then you have ISO label. So how it will format the ISO. And you can see that it just takes the date and the architecture of the system and then uses that. We have ISO's publisher, so I'll just put Tarzo on here. And I don't have a domain necessarily, so I will not put that on there. So I'll just put tarzo.org. I don't know. Then I don't think I do want to change much on here. Yeah. For now, I will keep it as simple as I can. And it's just the install directory goes to Arch. I don't know if I can change it, so I won't mess with it. To be honest, I didn't watch any tutorials. I'm just going in blind on this and hoping for the best. So now you can see also the pacman config is pretty crucial to kind of get it configured for yourself. I like to get the color, and then I do like to get the multilib, and it's great if you need 32-bit packages for your system. And for me, I do have base devil, and sometimes it can get a bit hectic to kind of enable it every time I want to get a 32-bit library or something. So I'll just keep it enabled by default, because why not? And as you can see in this file right here, the pacman.conf file, it does show you how you can get the custom repository. So that's great. Now, as you can see here, it does show you how you can get the custom repositories. You can set up local action hooks and stuff. There's a lot that can be done. But yeah, for now, I just want to get it working, just to kind of see that if it works. Then as you can see, this etc/os release, this is something that we need to copy over onto our system. So it basically tells the ISO what version of what system version we are using, what is the information basically on the system. As you can see, I just copied it over, and for everything, I'll just edit that file, which is in airootfs, etc. and this file. And to be honest, if you are confused about airootfs, it's mostly just your root file. So the system is inside of that root folder. So anything that is in the root folder will be booted in the root. So you'll see that we'll put most things in airootfs/root or in airootfs/etc/scale. And scale is for our user. And when I'm copying, I'll explain a bit more. But for now, I'll just kind of configure this. You can see name is I just put it as TrixelOS. Pretty name is Trixel. Why not? And then other than that, I don't think I want to change anything particular. So I'll keep it like that. And there you go. We just saved it out of it. So now we have our packages configured. We have profile definitions configured. We have our OS release. Now I'll just get into airootfs, and you can see it here. It says etc root and user. So you may recognize this if you have dabbled in the root file system. It does have these files in it. So to copy my stuff over, I am using rsync for this, as it does help me keep the permissions and stuff, so it doesn't change too much about the files, because copying them over may mess with the permissions. So yeah, I'll just use rsync. And with rsync, I'll just have to specify the directories I want to copy over, and also what I want to exclude. So what I want is my configs folder, and then I want my .local, since KDE stores everything in the .local folder. So I'll just take my .local, and then I would like to take my ZSH configs, obviously. Now, instead of typing in just ZSH, I'm just doing *rc, which basically does a search on files and checks everything that has an rc in it. But since my root folder just has ZSH, it will take the ZSH. If you have anything else, it will take that. As you can see, if I do *profile, it will take every profile that is available in my home directory. And I'll just have one more that just has ZSH. So I have all my ZSH in here, which I would like to copy over as well. Now, the nice thing is you can do -- exclude and exclude the files from here. Now, I did make a bit of an error in here and did brackets. Brackets, you don't need them. You just have to type in the file. So it doesn't type out the directory in there, which I will fix in a bit. So yeah, just make sure do not type the braces in there. Also in here, I'm just checking if Plasma everything is in here. So I have local/share, and what I am looking for is a trash directory, which is, yeah, there you go. Make sure to exclude this, because if you have a bunch of stuff in trash and you are doing rsync with the .local, it will take everything in the trash. So if it's a gigabytes of file, it will get copied over onto your ISO, which we don't want. Although I think my trash is relatively empty, but sure. And also, here's the thing, that even though we typed a lot in the beginning, the last directory that you type in is the directory where everything will be copied to. So as you can see, I'm typing in /home tarzone. As you can see, I'm not doing the tilde, because tilde, I don't know, sometimes break. So yeah, there you go, TrixelOS, airootfs, etc. And the first place where I want to put it is scale. Now, scale is for every user that is available. So it may not be available in your a default releng directory. If it's not, you can simply just create it, which you will do right now. So the scale directory is that whenever you create any new user, even in the live ISO or anything for that matter, you can even put it on your main system. And every time you create a new user, it will copy everything from the scale directory to the new user. So you don't have to configure it, the system, every time you create a new user. It will kind of work like a template for new users. So as you can see, there you go. Now we have scale, and like I said, it will throw an error. So give me a moment. So you can see it says here that if you do want to have multiple users with the same config, you have to put it in scale. So yeah. And as you can see, it did throw an error there. So yeah. And yeah, obviously, like a true Linux user or any programmer actually, I tried this with a little bit of tweaking and saw that if it works or not. And I don't, yeah, you can see it doesn't work as well. We just have to lift the brackets and it will be fine. Yeah, so I just asked ChatGPT to help me with this, and apparently, yeah, like I said, you don't need the brackets. So yeah, now if I just check if this is okay, and make sure to add a slash at the end, so it does put it in the directory just in case. If you hit enter, you can see everything is getting copied over except for the trash. So yeah, that's great. And there you go, everything is copied over. And I do want to copy it onto our root because sometimes the scale, not sometimes, like most times the root does not want to get the files and stuff from the scale, which is obviously because scale is for users. And you can see I copied it over to our root directory. Now I will have for this video just the basic root. I don't have any users. I will try to get users in the next one video. So yeah. And there is actually a lot in here. That is a lot to take in. So yeah, now what I just go ahead and did is just build the Archiso, but I forgot something. You can see that I'm doing temp/Archiso. That's basically where it will store the ISO temporarily before it compresses it. And since I am doing, I just did it a bit complicated than I should have. You know what? I'll just retype it. So I just cd it back a bit into the little directory where everything is stored. So let's do this command right here, which is sudo make archiso. And now you can see that I am putting it in temp archiso because this will just put it temporarily on the directory, and I'll just do / where it will just put it in the directory where we are currently working. And as you can see, it has installed everything that is we defined in the packages. So make sure to be a bit light on the packages file that you edit, because if you do too much stuff, it will have to download everything. So what this does is basically installs Arc on a temporary system, then packages that install into an ISO. Basically, like that's a really gross understatement, but it's generally, I would say, generally what's happening. But again, if I'm wrong, let me know. So also I forgot something. Yeah, this will take a while. I will let it finish and then I'll tell you what I missed. So I said I am going to use the xinit, but I forgot to make the xinit RC file. So yeah, I have to make that and put it in the ISO. Also, here's something. I'll just delete the ISO first, because apparently I forgot about the little thing that will boot it into the desktop environment. Now, yeah, I can type in command and then boot into Plasma. You can do this with Start Plasma, or Wayland or X11. Since we installed Plasma Meta, I think it does only include the Wayland version. Also, it will be interesting to see how that works with Calamaris, because I think Calamaris is not great with Wayland, so we'll see. So I'll just go in here, and this is basically the directory where we have everything. Now I'll go to XLOS, and you can see there's a folder called out, and in here is usually where everything is. So what I'll do is basically just put this in this file right here. So this basically. What do you call it? This drive, yeah, this drive. And this is the point where I realized it, that I missed xinit. Okay, we just have to make a file called basically xinit. So first one, I'll put it in scale, obviously, for every user of this system. So xinit.rc, and there's literally not much that needs to be put in here. So if I just press enter, and then I just have to put execs space start plasma dash wayland. Since again we use plasma meta, so it doesn't have x11, we'll just use wayland. Why not? There you go. This should be good for booting basically plasma wayland with xorg, so we don't have to worry too much about. So there you go. Now I just have to save it, and I should put it in. Yeah, I'll just copy this to the root basically. So airootfs / root. Yeah, I'll put it in here as well. And there is another bit of configuration that we need to do is that so whenever the system boots up, so whenever the system actually boots up, it goes directly into, like, it runs the command startx as soon as it boots up. So first I thought of doing this in ZSRC, but then I realized that every time I will open ZSH, it will start it. It will try to run the startx command. So make sure to not do this in your bash rc or ZSH-rc file. Yeah. So again, like I said, I am not a professional at this. So I asked ChatGPT on like how should I do it. So what it told me is to put it in the bash.profile, which we copied over. So bash_profile is basically, it runs the command I think once when the system boots up, and this actually helps you to run it if no other display manager is running. So that's great for us. So it will run it in TTY1. And then other than that, I don't think there is much that needs to be done. So I'll just save this and close out. And then I'll just have to put it in root. Yeah, there you go. And I'll just copy this over, and that should be it. Do Control X, and we should be good for an ISO. And like I said, this is basically an experiment and me learning about this Archiso thing, as I am very new to this custom building your stuff. To be honest, considering that my whole channel is basically made on Linux and most of it is Arc, I should know this, but like I said, like I don't know too much about this. But again, I am open to learning. And if you do get an error like this where it doesn't actually want to compile, what is actually happening is it already has a compiled version in the temporary directory that hasn't been deleted yet. So you have to just manually delete the temporary ISO that it created. So yeah, so what I will do is do sudo rm-rf, and then we'll go to /temp and then tmp arc. Yeah, there you go. So I'll just delete the entire folder as it will be made again. There you go. Now I'll just type in the previous command, and if I press enter, this should make it again. So yeah, there you go. It is making the ISO again. And after this is done, I will get into checking it and see if this boots up. So if I get an ISO out of this, so it boots up into a system that does have the configuration of my existing system, then it's a success. And obviously, like I said, this is not a complete guide, a step-by-step guide of what we're doing. It's basically me showing you how I did it. But after I do get a hang of it and do learn about it a bit more, let me know if you guys do want me to make a dedicated step-by-step video on how this actually works. But for now, yeah, let's just see if this even works. So yeah, what I will do is just copy the ISO, output, and I'll copy this onto my extra drive, so physical drive that I connected to this VM. Yeah, it's a VM. So I didn't do para-virtualization just to test it out again. Like I said, I am testing it out, so I wasn't too sure about what can be happening. So yeah, I'll close this, and I do have another VM ready right here for testing this ISO. So yeah, and the first thing I have to do is just enable that drive, since if you do pass through in Hyper-V, you have to make it offline. So yeah. So yeah, I just did turn it on. Yeah, you don't need to know too much. Yeah. So what I need to do now is yeah, there you go. So yeah, there you go. The drive is connected. Now I have to do select the ISO. Yeah, it is way too much configuration for the simple thing. So there you go. The ISO boots up. That's a good sign. We have it booting. So let's just say, okay, it's a strict cell. We're in. We are in, my boys. Let's get in here. The only hope I have is just boot into KDE. I'm happy. Yeah, if it remotely looks like the system I already have, I'm happy. Also, I don't think I copied. Oh my god, I forgot to. I don't know what happened. It should have started as soon as. Oh, I think that's because I am using ZSH. So, and it is booting from bash profile. Maybe that's causing the issue. I don't know. But if I do startx, yeah, obviously it does. It should work. But let's just see if this works first. And yeah, I have been already recording for almost an hour. Not hours, almost 2 hours. I'm literally doing this, and it's at 1 hour and 57 minutes. So yeah. Anyway, it does boot up. We have the system. It is working. So I am hopeful, and yeah, we can change the display resolution for some reason. So yeah, but let's see the terminal. Yeah, it's same. Do I have the? I don't think I have autocomplete, as I did not configure it. So yeah, that is something. Anyway, I'll. Oh no, we have the auto completion and stuff. So yeah, I'll count this as a win. I don't know what you guys think about it, but I got an ISO that does work. So yeah, thank you guys for if you are still here, thank you guys for sticking around till this far into the video. I know it may not be the greatest guide or something you wanted, but again, this will just give you a perspective of what you should expect when you try to make your own ISO, and it doesn't have to be complicated. To be honest, Arc ISO or Arc in general is as complicated as you make it to be. So yeah, thank you really, like, from the bottom of the heart, thank you for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe, follow me on the socials, and all of that shenanigans. Yeah, all of that shenanigans. Wow, I can't speak. I'm really tired, guys. So yeah, see you guys. Bye.